Can you help? Can you help me? Can you help? Self-Helpless! Can you help? Can you help me? Can you help? Self-Helpless! Can you help? Can you help me? Can you help? Self-Helpless!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Self-Helpless. I'm Kelsey Cook.
I'm Delaney Fisher.
And our dear sweet Taylor Tomlinson is not feeling well today, unfortunately. So it's just Delaney and I, but we have a fantastic guest joining us.
Oh, yes.
Comedian Helen Hong.
Oh, she's so funny, and she's just killing it. She's such a great actor, and she's been on all of the things. I mean, she's all over the place.
HBO.
Yeah.
You might know her from Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. She's doing so many great things. And she came on and talked to us about how giving up her vices, like, fucking
Catapulted her.
yeah, in her career. And so I think it's a great way to start off the new year, new decade, hearing about this. So we're going to get into the interview with her now, and then we'll come back on afterward and give you guys some updates and some segments.
Hell yeah.
All right, here's that interview.
You guys, we are so excited about today's guest. We have the fabulous Helen Hong here.
Yay.
She is a hilarious comedian and actor. You can catch her on Silicon Valley, no big deal. And Wait, Don't Tell Me on NPR. Helen!
Yes.
I love you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to come on for a while.
Yes.
Because I think this is a great concept. And I feel like we could all use some more self-help.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Right?
That's the whole point of the show, is like we're never fixed.
Never.
Oh, no.
Ongoing.
Constant work in progress.
Yeah. And the reason we wanted to have you on about this specific topic is because I recently ran into you at my favorite restaurant, Sun Cafe, Los Angeles.
Sun Cafe. Yo, what's up? Do it, Sun Cafe.
Yes.
Sun Cafe, I'm going to be wanting an endorsement deal.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Because it's expensive as hell at Sun Cafe. But it is delicious vegan food, and it's within walking distance of my house.
Oh my gosh, you are so
What a
lucky.
dream.
I would be broke if I lived in that
It
neighborhood.
is hella expensive.
But when I ran into you, we were talking about how great of a year you had.
I had an amazing year.
You had an amazing, like the best year of your life.
Yeah.
Is basically what you said.
Career-wise,
and
yeah.
You said, it's because I gave up all of my vices.
That's right.
This past year, and
That's right.
I need to know everything.
You're like,
Yeah.
We've
so-
never done an episode on vices somehow, and I'm fascinated to hear what yours are and how you gave them up.
Yes.
yeah. So basically, my career has been just steadily increasing since I moved to LA. It's been 8 years now since I moved to LA, and it's been going great. Like, I moved here with nothing, no agent, no manager, no gig, no job, and I just moved here like on a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
And things have been going great. Like, I'm past at all the clubs, and I'm working steadily, and I have great representation. But I've been sort of steadily climbing. And then this past year, 2019, I said, you know what? I just want to fast track this.
Yeah.
I just want to get myself to the next level. I am ready. I'm a really good actor now. I'm a really good stand-up comic. I'm just like firing on all cylinders. I just want to like propel myself to the next level. And someone had said to me, and I don't remember who, but I feel like it was a couple of different people had said, this idea of like, you need to give up something to tell the universe that you mean business. That, you keep asking, we all just keep asking the universe or God or, whatever higher power that you look up to. We keep asking for things.
Yeah.
And we very rarely go, I'm going to give this to you in return. And, a couple of different people had mentioned this, and one of the people had said, so I gave up drinking as just a...
Like an offering.
Yeah, an offering. Yeah, a sacrificial lamb. Like, I'm going to put drinking, I'm going to put my White Claw.
Tito's, Tito's is my sacrificial lamb.
Put my White Claw on the freaking slab. And, and I was never a huge drinker. Like, I'm not a big boozer or anything. But, I'll, have a drink every once in a while. I would, smoke every once in a while. I would have CBD to help me sleep. And, just all these little vices. Yeah. And so the beginning of 2019, I said, I am going into this pilot season. I am serious. I mean business. I want the universe to know that I mean business. So I'm going to give up my vices. So January 1st of 2019, I gave up drinking. So the last drink I had was New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Wow.
Of 2018.
That's
yeah.
a good way to go out.
Yeah, there you go.
That was the last drink I had. So I gave up drinking. I gave up all drugs, weed, CBD. I gave up Tinder.
Damn,
Whoa,
that's a
girl.
big
Girl.
drug.
Ooh, I gave
That's
up
like
dick and vagina and genitals. I just gave up genitals.
Wow.
I gave up hookups. I gave up everything. And I said, I am going to buckle down. And man, that shit worked. Because I
Wow.
had the craziest pilot season in 2019. I tested for 3 pilots. And I booked one. I booked an ABC network pilot.
Oh my God,
Congratulations.
congrats, Helen.
And so, and it was like, I was like auditioning a ton and I was like feeling really good. And, I wasn't never a huge drinker, but like even just giving up the drinking and giving up the CBD, I felt really clear.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I felt really clear-headed. I felt really focused. I felt like nothing was really fazing me, I was locked and loaded and I was like in the groove and in the zone. So I had this crazy, amazing pilot season. I booked a pilot. I shot the pilot. The pilot didn't go. And I drank for like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I fell off the wagon. I was like, fuck my life. This was supposed to be the end. I was supposed to book this shit and become rich and famous, and that was going to be it. But so I found out the pilot wasn't going in like June, and I just fell off the wagon hard for like 2 weeks and just went on a bender for a couple of weeks. But January to June, you didn't drink.
Yes, correct.
I mean, that's a long
January
time.
to June, no drinking, no drugs, no dick, no
Okay.
vagina,
Wow.
no
Okay.
hookup.
So,
no nothing.
I
Okay.
feel like the gods owed you one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take a couple weeks
Yeah.
for yourself,
Sure,
Helen.
yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so it took a couple of weeks, and I fell off the probably like a couple of weeks of just like drinking every night, and then like a month of just being whatever, like not really caring.
Yeah.
But then the month went by, and I was like, no, I'm getting back on the saddle. I'm getting back on the saddle because it worked.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it worked in that, like, I had this amazing pilot season. Like, I got all these acting jobs and all these offers
Yeah.
and stuff. So, so I let myself have that month, and then I got back on the saddle and didn't drink again for probably till the holidays.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing year. I was a series regular, not a series regular, a recurring character on the last season of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Nice.
So at the end of last year, I was a recurring on 3 different shows. Silicon Valley, an upcoming show on Netflix, and The Unicorn on CBS. I was
so
guest starring on
cool.
a bunch of things. I was nationally headlining still, like once every month and a half or so,
Yeah.
which is like the perfect amount of time that I want to go on the road. I was still doing stand-up like whenever I wanted to. And I was still doing Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, a regular
Yeah.
Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And like people would stop me at shows and be like, you're my favorite panelist on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And I'm like, oh my
that's
God. And Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me is about to start like a national stand-up tour, a Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me stand-up tour. And like I was invited to be on the very first one. Like all these amazing things
Yeah.
have been happening. And so I have been drinking now for the holidays, but I stopped January 1st.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So hoping for like an even better 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna keep
Yeah,
it going.
because I really do believe I do believe that like we keep asking for things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to give something back. You
Right.
want to put your money where your mouth is, and I feel like we live in a time of like not that much integrity, like especially
Sure.
personal integrity. There's very little. I think that's part of the reason why I'm like decided to buckle down and like adopt this dog that I've been fostering.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like I'm starved for personal integrity because we live in such a non-integritous time. And I feel like that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Well, I think there's also not just cutting out the vices, but you're making a commitment.
Yeah.
Like you're all in. As
I'm
opposed
all
to
in.
when you have vices, I think it can enable that other behavior of like, I could go to a mic, but I guess I could just like
Yeah.
get high and stay at home.
Yep.
We talk a lot about the book, The Artist's Way, on the
Yeah,
podcast. And there's
yeah.
a quote in there I love so much that's like, when you're not committed, there's like always hesitancy, you're holding back. But the moment one definitely commits oneself, then I think it says like then Providence moves too or something like that. The universe also
I love
acts
that.
in behalf of you doing that. And again, it's like I know it sounds super woo woo and it's whatever you want to believe.
I'm super woo.
but-
Love the woo.
So
do.
I love it.
But I do
I'm
love-
all
yeah.
about super woo woo.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
in all that stuff. Like my gurus are Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks.
Yes,
and,
I was watching a bunch of her stuff for a while.
and like oh my God, why am I blanking on her name? The older woman who just passed away 2 years ago. She's blonde. She's amazing. Hay House.
I don't know.
She's the Hay House lady. Why am I blanking
We'll have
on
to
her
Google
name?
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We'll have
I'm
to
blanking
Google
on her
it.
name because I'm so tired because I've been fostering this job and I have not been sleeping. So I'm like, I can't remember shit. Louise Hay.
Oh, Louise
Thank
Hay.
you.
Oh, duh.
Thank God.
Jeez. Yeah.
So those are my three gurus: Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks, and they're woo woo as fuck.
They really are. Yeah.
It's like the ultimate woo woo. Like just get yourself in the vibration of the way
Yeah.
you want to go. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
getting myself in the vibration. Yeah, but I love that stuff, and I really believe in that stuff. And you know, and I think about like, how did I get to this point in my career as a comic? You know, I had a lot of integrity. Like, I totally put my money where my mouth was when I started as a comic. Like, when I started, I would go to like 5 mics a night. Every night, and that's how I got good really fast. Is that it's something that I wanted so badly
Right.
that I was like, I want to get really good, and I'm like serious about this shit.
Yeah.
So I really buckled down, and like I totally did not. I like hardly slept. I didn't have a social life. I just went to open mics like
Yeah.
every single night. I go to 5 mics a night for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how I got good. And I feel like, you know, it drives me crazy when I meet people. It must drive you guys crazy too. Like, people are like, I bet I could be a comic. I bet I could do stand up. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great. Like, have you tried it?
Do it.
No, but I'm really funny. And I'm like, okay, well, you should try it and tell me how it goes.
Yeah.
And then, if you're serious about it, you should go to at least 2 mics a night for the rest of your fucking life. You know, and people
Seriously.
they don't want to do the work.
Right.
It's like everybody wants the fame, but nobody wants to do the work.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, and I get people writing to me on Instagram all the time being like, how do I, you know, do what you do? And I'm like, just fucking do it.
Work hard.
Just
dude.
do it.
Yeah, and that probably like
don't be-
cleared.
yeah.
Probably cleared like so many distractions too, like directly and indirectly. You're not like waking up hungover anymore.
Yeah.
You're not like you're just feeling good
Yeah.
by that and being so decisive.
Totally.
like you know you're just
Yeah.
clearing everything else
Yeah.
off the plate. You got that one
And
big
I will
goal.
say
you
it
know?
was hard for the first month.
Yeah.
It was hard. I didn't realize how much I used alcohol as a crutch,
Oh.
just emotionally.
Yeah.
You know, like, kind of a bad day. I just want to have a drink.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to have a vodka or a vodka soda or just a White Claw or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a crutch. It's also a way to be social. Like, I didn't socialize very much.
Yeah.
Because it's weird if you're like at shows now and everybody's having a drink and you're stone cold sober and you're
Totally.
like just standing there like, I'll have a club soda. Like, you just feel like a weirdo and it's awkward. And I have a little bit of social anxiety too. So like, I would drink to take the edge off a little bit, like hanging out with people. And that, so it just made me go home earlier.
Yeah.
Which helped.
Yeah. Oh, right.
You know
Getting
what I mean?
better
Like,
sleep.
I
and
just
then, yeah.
am like, I'm just like, this isn't fun being
Yeah.
stone cold sober hanging out with you guys. So I'm just going to jet. Like,
Right.
so I would leave.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would just go home earlier.
Which
And then you get
feeds
better
all-
sleep
Yeah.
and-
Feeds everything else. Did you have to replace your habits with other things, more productive or more positive things? Like for me, I'm trying to like stop snacking after like 10 p.m., which is a huge thing for me. I'm trying to like replace it with a glass of like a tea, like a hot tea, just for like an oral fixation type of thing.
No, I eat a shit ton. I eat a shit ton. That is what I probably did gain 3 pounds. I'm not gonna lie. I did probably gain a few pounds. I eat a shit ton. That is the one vice that I can't give up and
Yeah.
won't give up. And
Same.
I think you need to have something, but I'd rather be snacking than drinking or smoking or doing CBD because I do feel
Sure.
like snacking is not gonna like derail you from learning your lines. Or
Did you
Right.
find that like went up a bit, or did you feel like, oh, that this is pretty much how I snacked before, no big deal, or did you
No,
like, oh,
I
it
definitely
increased?
snacked more.
Okay, so that increased.
I definitely snacked more because I just gave myself the permission to be like,
Right.
well, I guess I will have a Reese's peanut butter cup
Yeah.
since I'm not gonna have a
deserve it.
Yeah.
girl, treat yourself.
yourself.
Treat yourself.
We have a
You're
segment
not
on the
having
show.
a vodka. Have a freaking dark chocolate peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I would snack.
I've given up sugar the last 2 weeks since the holidays because I went so fucking sugar crazy during the holidays, which I think most people do. It's very hard to like stay on your regular eating course. You're being gifted boxes of
impossible.
chocolate. If it's in my house, I'm eating it. So after the holidays were done, I was like, I feel gross. I can feel it in my body. So for the last 2 weeks, I've just done no no processed sugar. I still had some fruit and stuff like that.
How's
but
that been?
it's so depressing.
Yeah, that's
How? No. I'm saying it's depressing how good I feel because I should never have sugar again. I feel so good.
Yeah.
But I love sugar so much that I don't know that I could actually continue to not have sugar in my life.
Right.
But wow, I mean, I'm not having energy crashes throughout the day. I feel very clear-headed. My skin's been clear. Like it's really, it's a bummer
my
that
God,
sugar
the
fucks with you so
damn-
much because I feel great.
The day that I could give up sugar, like throw me a fucking parade. Because, they say that it's harder to kick than crack.
Well,
It's actually
lights
like-
up your
Probably is
brain the
crack.
same way. So, and it's a detox process. So around day 3, I was getting real cranky.
man.
You can feel it coming out of your body, and it is that oral fixation of I would finish lunch and I always have a piece of chocolate or some sort of little
same.
sweet something, and I'm like itching, like a crack addict, and I would make myself a fucking cup of hot tea like a boring bitch, but I needed something. I needed something to feel like this is replacing it, and I'm continuing to eat somehow. But it's just
I have to replace a habit. I can't just be
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't do that anymore. Then I'll just
Yeah.
only think about that thing.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
have to replace it with something a little similar.
Yeah.
And, that usually goes okay if I can stick with it.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, it worked during pilot season because I was so busy.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I wasn't sitting around like, I was busy. Thank God, I was super busy, and so I was just like, okay, I just gotta do this stuff. But I did definitely snack more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
snacked more. I definitely snacked more, and I had more chocolate. But I was like, it's okay. I'd rather have chocolate than weed or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like, God, it's so crazy. It's like what you were saying. Like, it's depressing how it works.
It's
And it
depressing
should
that
just-
it does work.
Yeah,
You
like-
almost wish that it was kind of a sham where you give it up and like nothing changes. You're like, well,
Yeah.
fuck this. I'm going back to brownies. But
Right.
like it does make such a positive difference in
Yeah.
how you feel that you're like, shit.
Yeah, that's the same with
With booze
substances
and weed. Yeah.
Right.
and Tinder.
Yeah.
Are you back on Tinder now?
I mean I was, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back to my January sober. I guess a lot of people are doing sober January, right?
Oh,
A lot of
I know.
people do sober January.
I've heard of Veganuary, which is going vegan for the month.
Nice.
What's up? But yeah, are you gonna kind of continue that situation where it's like you might give yourself a limited amount of time to like purge, like just all the dick and chocolates and vodka and all that stuff, or is it just gonna be kind of this is going forward what your norm
I'm
is?
just gonna go. I think the trick is to not be militant with it.
Right.
For me.
Yeah, I
Like-
think it depends person to person. Some people
Yeah.
need like the full on, I'm
Yeah.
not touching this at all, and some people need like a little bit looser.
Yeah. I feel like for myself, it's just better for me to not be like, because for me, it's like then if I do one thing and I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to like bring on the cocaine.
Yeah.
Coke dick party. Let's do
Oh my god. Just snorting lines off of a shaft just to go all the way in.
Get your dick over it. And I don't want I don't want that. So and this was kind of like last year. I was very strict January through June when I found out my pilot wasn't getting picked up. I was very strict. I didn't touch any of it, and it was hard.
Yeah.
But because I could see the results in real time, that it was like shit was happening so fast. Like I booked the pilot, I tested for the pilot. I'm testing for this pilot. I booked a pilot. Like shit just was happening so fast that I was like, oh my God, this is working. Ah!
Yeah.
And then, but then when I fell off the wagon in June, I was like, okay, like this isn't a disaster. I can just get back on in July and I'll be okay. And so that really worked for me. So I think I'm going to give myself the same, if I have one.
You're human.
If I have a drink at some point, I'm not going to be like flagellating myself,
Yeah.
beating myself with a whip or something.
Yeah.
But And I'm a new mom.
Yay.
I'm a new mommy, I think. So I've been fostering this dog. I've been fostering this dog over the holidays for the past 2 weeks, and we're in love.
Yes.
So cute.
And so I think I might keep him. And I've never had this much I've never been responsible for another life before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so we'll see how like that changes things too. But I feel like things are good. Like going back to like integrity, I want, this is so fucking nerdy, but I've been watching a ton of The Mandalorian.
I have
not seen it yet.
I'm
Kane's been watching it.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with The Mandalorian, and I think part of the reason why I'm obsessed, and probably a lot of people are obsessed with The Mandalorian, is it's a lot of story about personal integrity. And there's like, I see a lot of myself in The Mandalorian. It's like, he's like a badass loner who just doesn't allow people to get close to him. And then like somehow he's given this baby, his baby Yoda, and he has to like make a decision to like, okay, I'm going to be responsible for this baby.
Oh my God. Is your dog your baby Yoda?
My dog is my baby Yoda, and I'm the Mandalorian. And I'm just like, I want to be responsible, and I want to like, open myself up to love and also commitment, and not just thinking about myself, and just being like, okay, this being came into my life, and he's fucking amazing. He's the best. He's a 9-year-old husky.
So sweet.
So he's
cute
like
boy.
all the great things about a husky, but none of the like none of that crazy energy.
Yeah.
And he's like the best. And the idea of me taking him back to that horrible shelter at this point is just like, I can't even take it. So
Yours now.
so I think I'm going to keep him. But that's part of the reason why I'm so fucking tired. Because I'm like, God, this thing has to, like, can you grow opposable thumbs and like let yourself out to pee?
Help a bitch
You're
out.
a working mama. Yes.
Jesus. Like, I gotta like take him
man.
to walk every 7 hours. It's like exhausting.
Yeah.
But
Delaney, I was going to ask, what if you were going to give up a vice?
Oh God.
What is your number one vice?
Food. I mean,
But like what specifically? Like a type of food or your eating habits?
overeating, compulsive eating,
Yes,
constant eating.
me too.
Eating when I'm happy, sad, angry, bored, excited, celebrating. That is my above. I could give up everything else. I could give up everything else. But goddamn,
yeah.
food is my number one love since I was a little kid. I mean, I got stories from my parents being like, yeah, you're a fucking tank. Like you would eat through everything as a baby. I'd be like, baby's hungry. Like I was like a creepy ass little kid. Have you seen that? What is that gif of that little kid going, snack? That was me. And it's still me. And my dad, oh my God, when I left for college, they're like, yeah, we saved money on the grocery bill now.
Oh my God.
My fiance Cam,
Hilarious.
he's like, that's our biggest expense is feeding you. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I
I spent Christmas with Delaney's family, and granted, they were staying at this Airbnb for like 5 days, but the amount of food that they bought, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that you guys were having like extended family coming from out here. They're like, oh no, it's just us. I was like, who is gonna eat this? This is fucking crazy.
Delaney.
Jesus.
This fridge is for Delaney, and this fridge is for the rest of us.
It's like a school field trip coming through. It was so much food.
Dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's the
No,
biggest thing.
was food used as like a psychological tool when
Yeah,
you were a
like
child?
reward. Oh, for
Reward
sure.
or punishment?
Rewards, entertainment, and nothing malicious, not like, but I mean, it would be like, oh, something great happened. Let's go
We're
eat.
beaten with a Slim Jim or something.
That's why I'm a vegan. No.
You were?
I was.
I nail it on the head.
Food
Very
was-
specific.
Food was
damn.
used as a punishment in my house, like
Really?
because my parents are immigrants who grew up during the Korean War, and so they are like real like no waste. It was like people who grew up in the Depression, like no waste. You have to finish your plate, like. And I guess I was also a skinny kid who didn't like to eat. Like my mom used to have to chase me around the room with a spoon to get it in my mouth because I was like not that interested in food. And so they used all these like freaking like mental tactics to try to get me to eat. And it fucking worked. Thanks, Mom.
The psychology
So
behind food is so
it's
fascinating.
really crazy. So I remember being really little and my mom once told me, because I was eating a bowl of rice, and she said, for every grain of rice that you leave in your bowl, God sheds a tear.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like
Jesus.
6. And I'm like,
Oh.
I don't want to make God cry. And so I would just fucking chow into it. And then I became chubby. I became like a chubby middle school, high school, currently, like just chubby person.
Well, I've said that before on the
Can't waste
podcast
food.
that psychology of like clean your plate, it creates it takes away intuitive eating. Like you
Yes.
need to be able to self-regulate and
Yes.
know when like I physically don't feel like I need any more food. But if as a parent you're saying you need to clean your plate or else you're gonna be in trouble, it's like it fucks with everything growing
Yeah,
up.
I was fucked with.
Oh
I was
my
fucked with. Yeah. And so and like they just come from a real scarcity mindset. So like they have a fucking Costco card. It's these 2 small Asian people
Wow.
who live by themselves and they fucking shop at Costco and their pantry is like it's like
Overflowing.
it's like doomsday prepping.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they doomsday prep
Yeah,
in their
yes,
pantry, but just
Y2K.
for every day.
Yeah.
Like you go in their pantry and there's like crates of shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they just grew up with a scarcity mindset. And
Right.
so, and they, they were traumatized by the lack of food from their childhood.
Right.
So they totally fucked with my mental sensibility around food. So I definitely have a not healthy relationship with food.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I have to finish my plate and I can't waste and I have to save food and I have to eat it before it goes bad or,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
like I reward myself with food or
Yeah.
if I'm bummed, I turn to food. Yeah, there's all that.
I like
have
to
all that.
avoid things with food too. I'm like, well, I'm eating. I have to eat. I can't get that thing done because I'm eating. You know what I mean?
this
That takes
takes priority.
priority to keep myself alive. So I like to avoid with it, and that's a big one. Also, I think as a kid, I would use it to like stay up late too, because I'm like, if I say I'm hungry, I just get to watch another hour of TV while I eat my snacks and stuff.
Oh,
And I
wow.
notice I eat a shit ton of food late at night. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I'm connecting the dots here. And I'm like, okay, I'm allowed to just stay up and watch TV and not eat. Like, you
Yeah.
have to like unwire all
Yeah.
this shit that you've learned or,
Yeah.
habits you've picked up. It's extremely hard.
It's toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you give up, Kelsey, if you had to pick?
My phone
Your phone.
is definitely my biggest vice.
You're a phone addict?
I'm a phone addict. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like you check it constantly.
Constantly, always on it, especially Instagram. Like that's become it becomes a machine. It feels like you need to feed the machine every day.
Yeah.
Instagram stories and posts and interacting with people. But like, I mean, in everything though, it's email, it's texting. I'm definitely one of those people that I start working and I start being on it the moment I open my eyes, and I'm on it till the second I close my eyes at bed. There's never any
Yeah.
separation. And I've thought about times where I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just set my phone aside for a few hours and just give myself a little detox. But then I get this anxiety of like, what if my manager needs to get a hold of me for something that's happening right now? And that fear got reinforced like, what was it, maybe 2 months ago. I got booked to do A Little Late with Lily Singh on NBC, but somebody dropped out and they needed me to do it in 5 hours. So I taped a late night set that same day. And it's like, if I hadn't been on my phone,
Yeah.
they would have given it to somebody else.
Right. Oh,
So then it's
God,
this, like,
that's the word.
Positive
Feeds.
reinforcement for a bad vice, which is that I feel like I cannot detach myself.
Oof.
Right?
tough.
Because that's a real situation that happened where if I had not been near my phone,
Yeah,
it would have gone to somebody else.
That's the thing that sucks about our business is that being on the phone is half of the business. Is like you kind of have to be on the phone.
Yeah.
You have to be making content. You have to be putting out content. You have to be interacting with fans. You have to be, emails and phone calls and, putting in avails and stuff like that. So I get that.
Yeah.
I also have a little bit of an addiction. My sister taught me this thing of like, there's a program that you can do that turns it gray.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I did that for a bit.
If you touch, by the way, if you're on YouTube, you hit your home button, that circle button on your iPhone 3 times in a row, and it will turn your whole screen black and white, which makes it not, it's not as pleasing.
Right.
It's supposedly not as addicting.
Not like eye candy as much.
Yeah.
I found that but then it was hard to like actually post stuff, I think, on Instagram, right? Because then you got to put the color back on.
Yeah.
And then, I did that for a little bit.
I think maybe what I could do is just make sure my volume is on all the way and I have it, sitting somewhere in my apartment. So if somebody calls, I could pick up the phone if it's like an emergency.
Right.
But that way I'm not actively just on Instagram constantly and stuff.
You could also put it on sleep mode earlier and just have your favorites be able to call.
Oh.
How do you do that?
No, that was a thing.
Teach me your way.
Okay, you go into sleep mode.
Okay.
And there's a way that you can, you select your manager, your agent, your mom, your dad
wow.
as your favorites and your contacts, and they're the only ones who can call. That your phone will ring when it's on
that's
sleep
great.
mode.
There you go.
You don't know about this?
Damn.
Girls.
That's freaking
Changing
great.
my life, Helen.
God, I'm teaching these white girls some shit.
Yes.
Some
Teach us.
technology.
Teach us.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess ultimately, though, at some point, in order to really step away, you have to be at peace with whatever the outcome is, right? Like you have to be like, okay, I am taking a full week off, and here I'm sending my avails that I'm out for a week to all your people.
Oh,
and
I'm like
in that
literally
week,
cringing.
My stomach is in.
I'm like literally the hairs are, as you're saying this sentence, my hackles are up. I'm like, a week?
Yeah. Funny joke, Delaney.
I feel nauseous.
but it's like
Get off your phone for a week.
I could never.
for a week.
My
I could
skin
never.
is crawling.
I could never.
My skin is crawling.
You would have to
it's
put
like-
me in an institution. I mean, I would
I know
fucking.
you'd have to like straight check at me, and I'd still be like,
Give it
I
to
can
me,
Get
yeah.
it with my phone.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my
God.
How many people have seen my stories?
Oh
Yeah,
my
I would be
God.
a fucking mess.
I mean, yeah, I guess like if you can get to that point, that's huge. I mean, if you can get to the point where it's like, look, I don't know what will happen at this week, but I'm fine with it because I'm taking this time like for myself.
Wow.
And hey, I might come back to a million calls that were important. I might not. And I'm okay with either thing.
Damn.
I mean, that's like,
Damn.
Well, I get so jealous. I don't know if you guys feel this way of your friends who are not in entertainment, who truly don't. I have some friends who just don't even have Instagram, and I'm like, what is that like? Can you imagine just not even
My
having
best friend is a mom. She works for LAUSD, the school district, LA school district.
Yeah.
She is not on any social media at all.
it? What did you?
She's not on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. She leaves her phone in the other room for hours at a time.
Like it's like an actual home phone.
might as well stay there. Yeah.
It's attached
Mount
to the
it
wall.
to the wall.
And she is just like a functioning, happy, normal human being.
Oh my God. Think about the time you get back if that's your life, right?
Do you guys get like the weekly screen reports of how much time? Wow.
I don't know.
I want to throw myself into traffic when I see that. I'm like, Jesus, the amount of time I spend on my phone every day is
Really?
staggering.
Yeah.
It'll be like 6 hours, 7 hours
A day.
a day.
Girl,
I know.
that's
Yeah.
bad.
You know,
That's not good.
I feel like probably that's a lot of people though. You know,
you
feel like
need
that's
to
a lot of
research.
people.
There's apps that will turn your apps off.
I don't want to. I know there are.
She's
And
gonna
you
get
can-
itchy.
You can do it on the
She's
phone.
like,
you know,
she's literally, her skin is like, she's like,
Yeah, she's like, how do I get a second phone that nobody knows about?
know.
Where's
You're
my
gonna get a
burner?
burner.
I'm gonna Walter
My
White this
Instagram
shit. I'm
burner.
gonna stay in the bathroom.
She gets a burner
my
phone to hide from herself.
Oh, that's so funny.
I need to check
Oh my
myself.
God, that's so funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a real addict. You're gonna have
Yeah.
to check yourself into like a
Yeah.
detox program.
There you go. I'll go
6
with
hours is too much.
I know.
I'll tell you that
It's
right
been,
now.
It's been more than that too.
It's too much.
you. Yeah, I think I have I'm not in entertainment anymore, so I think I have an easier time with that.
Wait,
just
what?
Because I stopped doing stand up like coming up on 2 years.
Did I know this?
I don't know. I don't know if we
think I
talked
did.
about it. Yeah.
She Irish goodbye'd the comedy
Yeah, I
world.
did. I
She
never
just
made an
slowly-
announcement. I-
Slowly backed out of a green room.
Yeah.
And nobody
yeah,
knows.
Yeah. People still they're
Wait.
like, oh, hey, you going up tonight? I'm like, nope, just seeing a friend. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I stopped. It's coming up on 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, in the spring.
Jesus. Wait,
Yeah.
so what precipitated that?
I was so depressed and I hated it and I hated the lifestyle and I
Yeah.
was not. I
Yeah.
just wasn't doing well and what I loved about it did not outweigh what
Yeah.
I didn't like about it, and that was like
That's when you know.
That's when you
With
know.
anything.
Kudos to you for recognizing that, because I feel like there's a lot of people who stay in it just to stay in it.
right.
Absolutely.
And
Which is great. It's definitely not one of those jobs that you should do that. It's such a hard job. Like
God,
you
yeah.
have to love it.
Oh, you have to love it so much. And I liked some aspects of it. And I realized that I could probably get some of those aspects that I enjoyed from other places that would, were a better fit for my lifestyle. Like I'm a homebody. I love being at home at night. I hate traveling. I mean, I like being other places, but I don't, there's just so much.
Yeah.
That I have stage fright. I get anxiety before shows. Like I should not be a fucking comedian.
Check and check.
I was like, I don't I don't like any of that. I don't like any of that. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
And it was just something I kind of fell into and kept doing it and never really stop and ask myself, do I actually want to do this?
That's really great.
You know what the trajectory is? Is that what you want? And it was so hard. It was
that
so
is
fucking
so
hard.
great, and really it says a lot about you that you recognized that early and was like, okay, this is not healthy for me. Because there's so many people, not just in stand-up, and in like all kinds of businesses,
So
that are
many.
just like,
Absolutely.
they're just like, well, this is what I went to school for, or well, this
my
is what I'm
gosh.
doing, so I guess I'm just going to continue doing. And it's like, you're fucking miserable.
Yeah.
It blows
Why?
my mind.
Yeah.
Going back to the quote that I started with, which is, none of this matters and we're all going to die.
Yeah. We forgot to ask
None
you
of
your-
this matters and we're all going to die. Did I mention the quote?
We didn't start
We did off
recording
the
yet,
record.
but that's Helen's quotable. I
love it.
My
Nothing
quotable
matters.
is none of this matters
Yes.
and we're all going to die.
So fuck shit up.
So like, don't do stuff that makes you miserable.
Yeah.
And do stuff like going back to like why I finally I'm adopting this dog is I have been wanting a dog for 10 freaking years.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
And I haven't had a dog because I'm like, I'm a fucking touring stand-up comic. I don't like small dogs. I don't want a pursed chihuahua. Fuck those things. I mean, no offense if you have a pursed chihuahua, but fuck pursed chihuahuas.
They are not for
I don't
you.
want a fucking pursed. I want a fucking dog, like a real dog that's like, I'm a fucking dog. Like that dog. And so I've been wanting a big ass dog for 10 years. And I'm like, I'm on the road at least once, probably twice a month. I audition and shoot during the day. I do stand up at night. Like I don't live in a house with a yard. I don't have a partner that can take the dog. Like there's nothing in my life that's conducive to having a dog. But I just thought, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow and I've never had the dog, I'm going to be so pissed.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so pissed at myself
Yeah.
that I went 10 years wanting this thing very badly and just logic and talking myself out of it.
Yeah.
And finally I'm like, this amazing dog fell into my life and I'm just going to buckle down and do it because now if I get hit by a truck tomorrow, which there's always a possibility that you can get hit by a truck tomorrow, all
Yeah,
of us,
it's
any
true.
of us. And if you didn't do the thing that you've always wanted to do, I mean, this is why I tell people like, who are like, I always wanted to try stand up. I'm like, do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Try it.
Try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is stopping you? And if you always wanted to do it and you never do it, at some point you're going to regret it.
Yeah.
I feel like
You're going to regret it.
that has to be the number one regret for the majority of people is their career choice. I feel like so many people take either the safe route or a route that they think they wanted, realize they actually didn't, and then just never get out of it.
Right.
And it's like, damn.
And I feel like this concept of just like, I'm just gonna like settle into like whatever is toxic for the world.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is what it has put us into the shit show that we're in now. Because if you hate your job, you hate your career, you're going to be shitty to the cashier at Walmart.
Yep.
You're going to be shitty to people. You're going to cut people off in traffic.
Yeah.
You're going to be shitty to your spouse.
Yep.
You're going to be shitty to your kids, who then grow up and they're shitty to everybody. You know what I mean? Like you're breeding a whole new generation of shitty people.
Yeah.
Because you're being shitty because you're not happy with your life.
Yeah. People
Absolutely.
just push their dreams down.
Yeah.
And then they become angry, bitter
Yeah.
people.
And then they need
take it out.
vices. They need vices to try
Hey-o.
to cram it all, you know?
Bring it all
And
back.
they take it out on the world. And that's why I really feel like, you know, if I had one message for if you know anybody who will
The
listen,
world.
just
Yes.
do what you want. Just find the thing that you want to do and do it and go after it, because otherwise you're going to be a miserable fuck.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you that does not help. And my gurus, Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay and Abraham Hicks, they all say this. It is your job to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
It
I
is your
love
job as a human
Yeah.
to be fulfilled, because if you are not fulfilled as a human, you're a miserable fuck.
Yeah.
And your miserable fuckery then expands out to the cashier at Walmart, to the person you cut off in traffic. Like it's like toxicity just expands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Could not agree
Absolutely.
more.
Yeah.
I am nothing but lovely to all the cashiers and wait people that wait on me, because I love my job, and now
You're
I have a
happy.
dog.
Extra nice.
Secret of life, everybody.
Aw.
Absolutely.
We just loved having you on. You
Thank you
were
so much.
such a
Fun.
great guest. Yeah. Thank
super
you.
fun.
Now, if only I could get laid on the regular.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, put it out into the universe, people. Listen. You
my
guys
next on my
listening?
Next
DM
on my
Helen. Where can people find you and all that good stuff?
You can find me on the socials at Funny Helen Hong, because some other bitch named Helen Hong has my shit,
And she ain't
and
funny.
I need to kill her. She ain't funny.
Yeah.
She's serious. At Funny Helen Hong.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have the website helenhong.com, because this bitch does.
There you go.
Damn.
That's the same with me. My website's kelseycook.com, but my handle has to be Kelsey Cook Comedy, because
This other bitch.
some
Somebody else.
14-year-old in Texas who's posted once in 2011 has my handle.
Oh, man.
I can't get her off of it.
Sorry.
bitches.
So
Who do they
sorry.
think they are?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being
You're the
on.
shit.
Next time I'll bring my dog. You
Yeah.
wear a mask.
I will.
I'll bring my dog.
Awesome.
All right. That was Helen. It was so great to have her on. We've got an iTunes review of the episode. This is from iDirect. When I first found out about this podcast, I was a bit skeptical and wasn't sure if it was for me. Figured I would give them a chance, and I've been hooked. They are my go-to for Monday morning laughs. On top of some giggles, I feel like this podcast has made me a better man and partner. They talk about some topics that would have never crossed my mind and gave me a whole new perspective on the way I view things. Great work, ladies. I'm looking forward to many more years of this awesome podcast.
Oh gosh, that's so sweet.
That is
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
Thank you very much. And yeah, if you haven't done so already, ratings and reviews on iTunes really help us and help other people see the show. And we just love reading them. And yeah, just you guys are the
Makes
best.
our day.
It really does.
And it does actually help the show stay on the iTunes charts and keep moving up. So
Awesome.
take a second if you haven't done
And
it
we
yet.
read one every episode. So yours could be next,
Yeah,
people.
get a little shout out. You want to do some segments?
Yeah. What you got? What
Okay.
you got, girl?
So I mentioned it briefly in the interview that, I haven't had processed sugar for the last 2 weeks. I feel like it's helped my skin. But even before I cut out sugar for a couple weeks, I started taking some new vitamins and supplements for my skin. And I truly feel like it is the most clear my skin has been since I was on birth control.
Oh, wow.
I got off birth control like a year and a few months ago, and as soon as I got off, my skin went fucking banana sandwich again.
Yeah.
Like just acne everywhere, especially hormonal acne. That's what I suffer from the most. And there's a YouTube beauty guru named Allie Glines who I watch sometimes, and she also struggles a lot with cystic acne and hormonal acne, and she posted a video about a month ago talking about how she cleared her skin up. And for her, what she was realizing, certain products like topical products and face wash do help and contribute, but she was feeling like a lot of the things were coming from within. Like,
Yeah.
she needed to correct what was going on beneath the surface.
Absolutely.
And she watched a dermatologist video on YouTube. His name is Dr. Berg. So if you search Allie Glines, it's ALLIEGLINES. She did a video recently about skincare, and she links Dr. Berg's video in there. But the supplements that she added that cleared her skin up completely, which now has seemed to, I'm telling you, I don't have like active breakouts right now. I got a pimple like when my period started, which I'm like, you know what, fine.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
You can have it.
But on a constant basis, I wake up with new like active acne.
Yeah.
And it's like just always trying to whack-a-mole, like put out fires. I
Right.
feel like one thing will heal, another thing will pop up. Since taking these supplements, it's just stopped. Like it went away. So the supplements are cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is the most potent form of vitamin A, like one of the most potent forms of vitamin A, and Accutane, which you were on, is like a high dose of vitamin A.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a natural version of that. So cod liver oil, vitamin B5, it's supposed to be really, really good for regulating hormones in your skin. Zinc pills, and then a really good probiotic. So she linked all of those specific ones that she is on that she likes a lot, and the combination has just been making my skin so happy.
Nice.
It's great. So if any of you are struggling with acne, I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah.
It's been helping a lot.
Great. I would say, yeah, my skin is better since I switched. We used to wash our face with honey back in the day,
back in
not
the
too
day,
long
about a
ago,
year ago.
right? And once I switched, all my stuff is from Coco Kind now, and I fucking love that brand, dude.
Okay.
The sea moss exfoliator. I do the chia seed oil for moisturizer, and then they also have a toner and stuff. But they got all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I love it. Never
Okay.
going back. I think I'm with them now. Yeah, yeah. I
It's
like
a
'em.
committed relationship.
Yeah, I'm committed for sure.
Nice.
That's good. My segment. So what I was gonna share, since the last episode we kind of talked about resolutions or intentions and all that,
Yeah.
I'm really trying to just have one thing, which is just to focus on my wellness a little bit every day, whatever that means, whether it's taking a walk, eating a nice meal, whatever.
Yeah.
And because I noticed in the past that I'll try to change too many habits at once, and then I stopped doing all of them. Remember when I
okay.
was like being crazy about my morning routine, where I'm like, well, if I'm not going to get up and journal and do yoga and have a green smoothie and do breathing exercise, what's the fucking point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, okay, calm down and
Yeah.
just do something, do a
Yeah.
little something. And so what I've been doing, because I feel like I have to build confidence in myself that I actually show up to take care of myself, because I just kind of beat myself up if I don't feel like I've kind of been perfect in that area. I keep a little blank white piece of paper near my planner, and every time I do something that's like good for my wellness, I just put a little pink dot on the paper. And so I'm just slowly collecting these dots, and maybe I get 3 in a day, maybe I get 1, maybe I get none, but at least I'm seeing like, oh no, I show up and do good things for myself. And so I'm just like building. I know it sounds kind of cuckoo, but I'm just like building that visual, like, oh no, I definitely see, these are all the times that I've done something good for myself. So I'm a person who can go for a run or, eat healthy or whatever. So yeah, it could be anything. I mean, even just like a minute of just like deep breathing in between, like, consulting calls or whatever that might be. I'll just put a little dot there. I'm like, well, I did it. I was mindful about it and I did it. So I'm really trying not to be a perfectionist about the wellness stuff, because I think that's what's stopped me before. And, something is better than nothing. And I've had that all or nothing mindset in a lot of ways. And I'm trying to, break out of that. So that's my little nugget that tool that I've been using.
Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I even wore sneakers today. Nobody can see them because we're not doing video for this, but I have workout shoes on, and I'm just trying to get in the habit of putting them on. No joke.
my God,
literally
that's
just
awesome.
wearing them out in public.
Yeah.
Because if they're already on my feet, chances are I'm going to go for a little stroll,
Oh, I love that.
So
That's a great tip.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, my workout shoes are just going to be in plain sight every day. All my other shoes are just in my closet. And I'm just trying to make it easy for myself. I'll put my socks next to my shoes. Just how simple can we get this? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm proud of you. That's great.
you.
It's great to remind people that you can just take it like a baby step at a time and that it's better than nothing.
Oh my God, yeah. Just take a stretch. You know, some people just stretch in my living room, you know, before I watch TV or something. Like
Power nap for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Meditate for 10 minutes. Just something, anything. 30 seconds. Fuck it.
Exactly. Just little nugget bites.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
That's what I'm up to.
I love it. Well, this episode is coming out on
I think the 13th.
Monday the 13th. Yeah. So we are getting very close to our first live Self-Helpless show. We're at Sketchfest in San Francisco, Saturday, January 25th. Please come out to that. It's going to be so much fun. It's during the day. You can get tickets at kelseycook.com or at sketchfest.com. Also, for the San Francisco Bay Area people, I'm headlining Punchline Comedy Club on Friday night, the 24th. So the night before we do the live podcast.
Sweet.
I'm really excited for that.
Sweet.
Also, I'm going to be headlining Tacoma Comedy Club Valentine's weekend, February 13th through the 15th. And I've got so many other things coming up. If you go to kelseycook.com, lots of tour dates, get tickets. I would love to see some Helpsters out at shows. You guys are the best.
Nice. And my Thriving Artist course is almost out. It's almost done. So for more information, you can just follow me on Instagram at Delaney Fisher or check out my website, delaneyfisher.com. And I'm just so excited to share that with everyone. My test group is just had amazing results and I'm really excited about it.
That's
so yeah, if you're
great.
somebody who you make something, whether it's, you know, you bake cupcakes or you knit scarves or you make ceramic figurines, whatever that might be. I want to help you turn that into a business and make some money off of it. And I just tell you exactly how to do that the simplest way possible, which is what I did and ultimately was able to leave my day job doing that.
Yeah.
Check it out, people.
That's so great. Also, I just realized that a new episode of Wrists of Fury comes out today with Drew Lynch.
Oh, I love Drew.
America's Got Talent. He is so funny and he's
freaking hilarious.
so
dude.
funny on the show. So go to the All Things Comedy channel on YouTube and check out the new Wrists of Fury. So many great ones up right now. So fun. All right, guys. Well, we love you and we will talk to you next time.
Love ya. Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening to Self-Helpless. We love you guys so much. There are a few different ways you can support our show. You can leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really helps us move up the charts. You can also tell a friend about the show, post it on social media, and you can join our Patreon. It's where you can get bonus episodes from us and lots of really fun content and ways to interact with the show. That's at patreon.com/selfhelpless. And if you go to selfhelplesspodcast.com, that's where you can get links to all of our individual stuff. Delaney, where can people find you?
You can find me at delaneyfisher.com. You can find the online courses there, one-on-one creative consulting, watch my comedy special, and find Dicks by Delaney there.
Perfect. Tay, where can people find you?
You can find me on ttomcomedy.com for tour dates and links to everything else social media-wise. I am at Taylor Tomlinson on Twitter and Instagram.
Perfect. You guys can find me at kelseycook.com for all my tour dates. My Instagram is at kelseycookcomedy. Twitter is at kelseycook. Please be sure to watch my foosball web series on YouTube called Wrists of Fury. I've had Delaney and Taylor on together. It was such a fun episode. And you can download and buy my album Savor It on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you find comedy albums. We also want to give a shout out to our amazing producer, Lauren Mahoney, and our amazing editor, Emma Erdbrink. We love you guys, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.